Manchester United striker hunt is beginning. We are close to Easter, and Easter we do Easter egg hunting. But who is Manchester United targeting? We have hot pursuit of Victor Osimhen that's been given some clear boost. We're going to talk about Victor Gykeres. Multiple clubs are after strikers. An unknown entity striker that is emerging from the Portuguese league, and Garnacho again to going to Napoli this summer. Napoli are interested in not giving up. They pursued Garnacho over the January window, and they promised they will come back with a new improved bid. This is Mufc RealistTV. Please, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe as per usual. And let's jump right into the show, shall we? Let's go!
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go, people. We are back. Premier League is back tomorrow. Of course, we're playing Nottingham Forest. Ruben Amorim is going to have his press conference. We'll potentially cover that live as per usual. You see, I'm not in my studio. I'm in a hotel somewhere in Vietnam, as you know. Good morning, Vietnam. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Let's jump right into the stories, shall we? Because we all know the Manchester United are in a hunt to strike. And also, it's Easter around the corner, so we're going on Easter egg hunts. But who is that going to be? Let's start with Victor Osimhen. Let's start with Victor Osimhen, because Manchester United and multiple clubs has given a massive boost regarding Victor Osimhen. Reports claiming that Man United gets significant Victor Osimhen boost. Let's go over this story. Napoli are already on the lookout for a replacement of Victor Osimhen, because that's according to the reports. Conte don't really want him coming back. It is like Man United had that situation with no other than Romelu Lukaku, where he was actually called out by no other than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We don't need bad apples in the dressing room. Although I don't really understand what is the problem with Conte. Why doesn't he like Osimhen? Osimhen is such an ambassador. He donates to charity in the kids in Africa, in Nigeria. But however, there is a crux to the story. His agent has been filling out fillers, leaking out to the press ever since January that Osimhen wants to join the Premier League. He doesn't want to go to Saudi club. He wants Premier League only. Osimhen is keen to join Manchester United. Osimhen is keen to join Chelsea. Osimhen is keen to join Arsenal. Osimhen just wants to move because he knows that at the end of the day, he's not going to be coming back to Napoli. So this is what's coming out according to the reports. Almost every top Premier League club, aside of Manchester City, are on a hunt for a reliable centre forward or a striker. This is going to be a very tricky summer window because we have clubs like Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool are looking to strengthen the attacking options. So there's going to be fierce competitions. We know that Osimhen he's been linked with Manchester United for a very, very long time, a move away. And apparently he's saying he's a Manchester United supporter. He's been speaking to Uncle Igalo. You know. The Nigerian forward has a 75 million euro release clause. And while his wages are significant, there's no intention to accept a pay cut. So I don't really know what his salary demands are, but it would be less than 200 or 250k a week, and a release clause on 75 million euros. That is approximately 65 million British pounds. Now, his desire, of course, is to play in the Premier League, according to the reports. It's well documented, and clubs like Chelsea, Man United are interested. We know that Chelsea don't really have a striker. Chelsea is kind of the project that Manchester United are kind of fearing. Like I'm fearing that they want to do, invest in the youth. They have young Jackson. It's not really working out. Jackson is a young, unproven entity. We need definitely a more senior striker. On the Napoli side, it's been given a boost to the Premier League club. Napoli are now eyeing and already aligning an Arsenal and Newcastle target to replace. This is Moise Kean that's been linked to the Premier League. According to the Italian reports, Napoli have already started planning for the next striker signing. Antonio Conte is reporting a huge admirer of Romelu Lukaku, but the 32-year-old Belgium is a little bit too old and no longer a solution. Instead, they are turning all their eyes on Moise Kean as well. Wow, this is interesting because further down the story, we're going to also talk about Conte's obsession with Garnacho and what that mean. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings at the end of the day. We're going to move on, and we're going to move on. I don't know, Victor Osimhen for me, yeah, definitely. If I had a choice between Osimhen and Gyökeres, I definitely go for Gyökeres. You know, I'm going to tell you why, but I want to hear your thoughts and feelings at the end of the day. I think it's a lot of paper talk from his agents. We know that he wants to come to Premier League. We know that he's not welcome to Napoli. We know that Conte doesn't want him. Therefore, he's forced to find a club. So will he end up at Chelsea? Will he end up at Liverpool? Will he end up at Arsenal? Anyway, that is going to be the striker hunt excitement for the summer window. Let's continue with the stories that also are targeted. Victor Gykeres, Arsenal also looking at him at the moment. New asking price revealed as Andrea Berta, which is the sporting director, the new sporting director at Arsenal, are eyeing the potential striker. We know that Arsenal is very keen to get Isaac, you know, as their prime target, but they're also looking at multiple options. Arsenal looking for a striker. Will they sign a striker? Mikel Arteta is well known for not signing a striker. The proof will be in the pudding. Arteta likes to play with his false number 9s. Will he actually go and sign a striker? That is the cherry on top for Arsenal. Arsenal could have bottled so many chances to win the league, but not really having the killer that can finish the dinner. But apparently, reports are saying that Mikel Arteta or Andrea Berta will go to sign a striker. Who will that be? The prime target is Alexander Isaks. Of course, there is Victor Gykeres. There is, of course, Etiquette. And there is, of course, what we see here, Victor Gykeres. Now, in terms of what is the price, what is the crux, let's continue with this story. Listen, Gykeres, at the end of the day, with the impressive, has already bagged 42 goals and 40 assists this season alone. Gyökeres has a release clause on 100 million in his contract at Sporting Lisbon. There was a genuine report to say there's a gentleman agreement between him and the club to say, stay with us. You can go in the summer with it. Really, we're not going to price you out. Yeah, the Swedish international has become one of the most sought out striker in the Europa Football League since starting for Sporting Lisbon, while flourishing particularly under Ruben before his move to Manchester United last November. So we all know that Gyökeres didn't really have a successful spell in the Premier League or in the Champions League, but after netting a brace in Sporting 3-0 win over Estrella over the weekend, Gyökeres has now scored 42 whooping goals. Wow, as many games across the competition as far this season. Man, this is a no-brainer. Like, Gyökeres has a 100 million release clause, but they are willing to look at a 75 to 85 million euro to release him, which is approximately in British pounds 62.3 to 70 million British pounds. I would open up my wallet straight away. I mean, what is the return on investment? Say it's going to be 27 this summer. Man, it's a no-brainer. Like, the return on investment, like Victor Gykeres can play another 5 years and scoring 52 goals or 42 goals and 40 assists. You know, that's numbers. That speaks volume. I mean, if you go for him and Osimhen, I definitely go for Gykeres. Open up the wallet, but it's fearsome competition. Everyone is hunting for it. But at the end of the day, I think if Man United really comes and wants him, shows him love, I think that Man United will open up the wallet, and I think that Victor Gykeres will sign for Manchester United, no matter what, if we are not playing Champions League. Because why? It is Ruben Amorim at the end of it. Ruben Amorim, that is his father, that created him, that created that monster, that gave him a chance. And thanks to Ruben Amorim, he's now a goal-scoring machine. For me, it's a no-brainer, guys. I don't want to sort of invest in an unknown quantity. I don't want to sort of go on a mediocre signer. I don't want to have the British tax signing. I don't want it. Like, we all know that we need a senior striker. So either way, for me, it's going to be Osimhen or it's going to be a Victor Gykeres. But number one, according to my opinion, will be Gykeres. Number two will be definitely Osimhen. But on the other hand, stories, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Who would you sign if you had an option? And do you think that Man United have a chance to sign Osimhen and Victor Gykeres, despite the fierce competition. Moving on to the next story, of course, we know the Man United are eyeing talented players under 24, and Ruben Amorim is driving Manchester United interest in Porto's hitman Samu Agahoa. Right, Manchester United are in a hunt for a striker, and this is what we're looking for. I don't know much about this person, but this is a young up-and-coming striker. Together with also we're linked with Eintracht Frankfurt, Hugo Etiquette. I can't really say his name, but this is something that for me it will be plan B, plan C, right? But nobody really knows what Ineos is going to do in the summer. It's all about sell to buy, and I think that we will sell Rashford. Aston Villa will buy him for 40 million. We will definitely sell Anthony. Probably Real Betis will buy him. We're definitely going to sell a lot of other players. Christian Eriksen's leaving for free. So that we are going to have money to spend. And we just have to spend it wisely, in my opinion. But this, I never heard of this guy. And I don't really think that Etiquette is somebody that I want. If we're going to do something, potentially get Rasmus Højlund off the books and get a more senior striker and play and develop the young up-and-coming, Chido Obi Martin, in my opinion. Guys, let me know your thoughts and feelings. Would you do that deal? Would you miss the opportunity of a lifetime to get one of the best goal scorers in the world in terms of Osimhen or Gyokeres? Let me know. Or just go for a up-and-coming striker and hope to become good like Chelsea did with Jackson. Man, I don't really think so. I don't know. I don't really want it at the end of the day. But again, we don't really know what they want to do. It is so damning. It is so... We all know that we need that striker. We definitely know. That's the thing. We know. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and feelings. There is other reports coming out to say that Manchester United are definitely pursuing for a striker. They're also pursuing a right wing back and potentially some midfielders and a new goalkeeper. Another story that comes out that Napoli is definitely going to submit a new bid in the summer for the pursuit of Alejandro Garnacho. The question is, will Manchester United sell it? There was a report yesterday that came out from Real Madrid wanted our captain Bruno Fernandes and willing to pay 90 million. But I don't think that story has any legs. But the story that has legs is Garnacho. We know in the January window, Napoli was close to strike a deal with Garnacho, but Manchester United said no. Now, I know that Conte doesn't give up. Conte will definitely come back, according to the reports here, to say that he will come back to submit a new improved bid for Garnacho. Now, will we sell Garnacho? Depends on. If we get 70 million euros for Garnacho, that means that it's money that the club can go and get Acuna. And that is instantly improving the squad. Now, we know that Ruben Amorim doesn't really want to sell Garnacho. He's been speaking highly about Maino and Garnacho, and these are the future of a club. But it's a double-edged sword at the end of the day. It's about taking the money and reinvesting in the squad and get the best in class, what is available, Premier League proven as well. So if Man United do sell Garnacho, the prime left-sided number 10 will be Cunha, in my opinion. At the end of the day, this is only paper talk. This is my opinion. I'm very interested to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments section. Will you sell Garnacho and buy Acuna? Will you go for Victor Gykeres or Osimhen? Or would you just go, let's just go and get the upcoming striker as well? Guys, this has been Mick Ruby with a snappy update. What is out there this Monday? We are playing football later on tomorrow. And hopefully we'll cover, Ruben Amorim's press conference later on. Unfortunately, I've gone a little bit over time. Normally, I try to round things up in 10 minutes. But thank you for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Peace. I'm out of here. God bless.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC RealistTV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.